Hello. I am speaking to a nurse right now. If you're a nurse, I'm talking to you, and I want to tell you something about yourself that maybe you didn't know. You know how to run a hospital, and you've been doing it for years since day one. If you have turned a patient and you've checked how often they were turned and you documented it, that was KPI monitoring. If you've checked if the commode was clean and checked to see if it was signed properly, that is quality auditing. If you've ordered medication from the pharmacy before the stock actually ran out, that's called supply chain management. If you welcomed a patient and you did it in a way where you were thinking about their culture, the language they understood, and how best to relay information to them, that's called customer success. If you've allocated beds before, that's resource optimization. If you've written a care plan, well, that's project management. And if you've been responsible for handover, that's executive briefing. If you've sent a referral, but maybe you decided to do it in the middle of the night during a night shift so that the girls coming on in the morning had one less job to do, that's called process engineering. And if you're that type of person, the caliber of person you are, you belong in a boardroom. You don't have to be on the ward. The only thing that you're missing about how to run the hospital is the vocabulary, because you wouldn't have described it that way. And the fact that you didn't know how to describe it that way is because for the last century, businesses have been building that language and a credentialing system and a salary structure that rewarded that behavior, and which is exactly the same thing you do every shift. It's just that in nursing, the last century has told us it's our vocation and that we're doing something that we love, which is our passion. And a reframing of exactly the same work with different language has kept an entire category of human intelligence who are predominantly women, predominantly from the global south, who are structurally independent to healthcare, out of the boardroom and out of the conversations about money because we don't have the vocabulary to discuss it at that depth. So you've been working without the title and without the salary and without a seat at the table, but you've been doing it for pennies, basically. And you can end that now, or you can skip and you can move on with your life and forget you ever heard anything about me. My name for the latter is Dr. Angelie Agboluaje. I am a nurse. I am a high-level senior executive director and in a prestigious institution somewhere in the Gulf, in the Middle East, established by a royal decree, and I'm serving the most strategically significant military force in the kingdom. I pioneered a brand new hospital from nothing. I passed our first set of credentialing or accreditation, I guess, inspections, nurses would call it, 100% rate. I developed a governance framework that was quite well received. I can't talk so much about that. I completed the Oxford Senior Executive Leadership Program, and I started exactly where you are right now, on the ward, in the corridor, sending faxes at 3 a.m. in the morning because I thought it was better than people having to do it at 9 a.m. when they just got in. Anyway, I built the Majestic Executive Academy because nobody built it for me. I built it for as a program that lets people who are ambitious and smart know everything they need to know about what they're already doing, but that gives them the language, the strategy, the political intelligence to walk into the rooms and the arenas where decisions are made and stay there. It's not a course about becoming something you're not. It's about the world finally acknowledging women predominantly women, for the work we always do for free or very cheaply. So the first cohort is starting soon, And if you know that you're that nurse that brings more than clinical skills, you bring expertise and intuition and strategy. And if you think to yourself, I can say that about myself, this program is for you. If you're a person who doesn't think that you could be in a boardroom, the program probably wouldn't serve you anyway. So yeah, join me in the boardroom. I would like to pull back the curtain. I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I want to show you what's possible if you have the mindset to achieve.